Hi, everyone. Most of you know me. I'm Lauren, Executive Director of BLOODPAC. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is our first New Frontiers discussion, obviously about brain cancer in adults and pediatrics, but wanted to just give a 2-second update that, most of our co-chairs, scientific co-chairs are on the phone and have had, we've had many discussions over kind of new topics in the liquid biopsy space. Are we missing any interesting topics and that we should be addressing as an organization? And we like to get updates. We've had independently a few conversations separately about brain cancer and also some about pediatrics at sometimes. And thankfully, our two moderators today, Susie LeBlanc and Asaf Spirin, have both come to us at the same time and said, this is really an important topic. It is a pivotal moment in this field, and we should really talk about it with BLOODPAC as a consortium and see what everyone's thinking. So that was kind of the catalyst to pull today's talk together. I'm really excited that it comes as kind of the first entry point to our summit, which is tomorrow. So if you haven't registered, please do so. I hope you can join us. It's from 2 to 4:30 tomorrow. But today, this is really a members only and a few special invites to people who we thought would find this really valuable. I will say our goal for today is to identify, and for our kind of co-chairs to identify, is this a topic that BLOODPAC should be taking on? And if so, can we start to narrow down some areas in the space that we would like to move forward in? And we can talk about those towards the end of the discussion. We're going to have some speakers, we're going to have some panelists, and we will have Q&A. For those of you who are new to these BLOODPAC meetings and discussions, they really are meant to be discussions. They're not meant to be kind of just a Q&A. We want there to be a dynamic conversation. So with that, I am thrilled that Focused Ultrasound Foundation and C2I Genomics joined BLOODPAC during the pandemic. So they've been members now for quite some time, I'll say, but have both been extraordinary partners of ours and are both extraordinary individuals independently. And I'm thrilled that I've been able to get to know them better and work with them more over the past few months to set this up. So with that, I will turn it over to Susie.
Asaf, you first.
Okay, I will start. So first of all, hello everyone. Thank you to our speakers, to the panelists, to everyone that joined us today. For the ones that don't know me, I am the co-founder and CEO of C2I Genomics, a company that provides a global platform for cancer treatment monitoring and residual disease detection using liquid biopsy. Actually, I have a special and personal relationship with today's subject. A true story: when I was going through my radiation therapy 12 years ago, there was another father that came to the radiotherapy center with his daughter. She was at the time about 6-7 years old with a brain cancer. We spent a lot of time together, and at the radiotherapy center, I got to know them, the process that they went through. At the time, even as a cancer patient myself, I thought how terrible it is to go through this process with your child. That memory stayed with me, and when Mattia, that is going to speak later today, asked me if we can use C2I MRD test for treatment monitoring in pediatric brain cancer, even though that I thought at the start that the chances that this will work are actually low, I decided that if we have any chance to help, we need to do this. And I think this is the message that we want to convey to you today. We are going to hear from an expert in the field about the challenges and also about the opportunity to make a difference. And I want you to think how we can do more and help in this important field.
Thank you, Asaf, for sharing that information. So my name is Suzanne LeBlanc. I'm a neuroradiologist and the Director of Clinical Relationships at the Focused Ultrasound Foundation. And as a neuroradiologist, I have diagnosed and followed many patients and personal friends with brain tumors over my career, and I know there is a need and an ability to improve the care of these patients. Although focused ultrasound is currently in clinical trials to treat brain tumors with enhanced drug delivery through blood-brain barrier opening and other mechanisms of action, it's the potential to use focused ultrasound to enhance our diagnostic capabilities by opening the blood-brain barrier and creating a window into the brain to detect analytes that have been previously hidden. That's particularly exciting for me. And in researching liquid biopsy in the brain, I came across BLOODPAC. And over the past year, I've enjoyed meeting Lauren and working within the BLOODPAC community. in hopes of getting all of your expertise to expand into the brain. So with the advances in technology, Lauren set up a meeting with myself and Asaf, and here we are today. So I'd like to introduce the speakers, and following their presentations, Asaf will introduce our panelists that will join our speakers for a live moderated discussion. During this time, please submit your questions via the chat function, and we'll integrate them into the panel discussion and/or during the live Q&A session that will follow. So without further ado, I'd like to begin the session by introducing Dr. Bagley, and then after the other speakers as well. So Dr. Bagley, if you could introduce yourself, share your screen, the floor is yours.